Assalamu alaikum students. We are starting with the second year SYBCom Corporate Accounting, first semester 3. So we can start with the chapter. It's the first chapter of our semester 3, Accounting Standards, Meaning and Introduction. So we start with the accounting standards. What exactly is accounting standard? Firstly is introduction. Accounting is a language that communicates the performance and the financial position of any organization. Accounting is very important. It's one of the most important part as a language for communication, because in every company the financial position is known with the help of various statements preparation. The Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, ICAI, was issued the accounting standards in India. The accounting standards suggest the role of recognition measurement. It tells about the recognition measurement. You have to always keep in mind when the accounting standards were written. Accounting standards are written documents. What exactly it is? It is a written documents which are containing the generally accepted accounting principles. It is also known as short form GAAP, which are issued by the ICAI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants in India. Now, what is the main objective of accounting standards? If you keep this in mind, the main objective is to standardize the different accounting policies and the practices which are followed by the different business concerns. Accounting standards also understands the significant accounting policies, matlab rules and regulations, which are adopted and applied. Accounting Standard Board, which in short ASB, was set up in 1977 by ICAI, which prepares accounting standards. So this is the introduction of accounting standards. Okay. Now we start with the next slide. Accounting standards. There are a number of accounting standards. Around 32 accounting standards are there. But for you all, only few accounting standards you have to study for finals. So you have to study them thoroughly. MCQs can come on this. So we start with the first, that is accounting standard. Okay. And what is the name of the accounting standard? 5. It is net profit or loss for the period, prior period items and changes in the accounting policies. So a small kind of question can come on this. AS5 stands for. So you have to write the name of the accounting standard. So they can ask you such kind of questions also. Now what exactly is this accounting standard 5? It ascertains the certain criteria for the certain items. It also includes incomes and expenses, incomes and expenditure of the financial year. It also consists of two components: profit and loss of ordinary activities and the profit and loss of extraordinary activities. Now you have to understand what are ordinary activities and what are extraordinary activities or items. Ordinary activities are the activities which are undertaken by an enterprise as a part of its business, whereas extraordinary items are the incomes or expenses that arise from the transactions that are different from the ordinary activities. So in short, they can ask you what is accounting standard 5. They can ask you the heading of it and what kind of items it includes. What exactly is there in this, like incomes and expenses, is there ordinary activities, are there extraordinary items, are there? So these all things they can ask you as in the form of MCQ. Now the next accounting standard which one we have to study for semester is Accounting Standard 10, and the name of that is Revised Property, Plant and Equipment. Means it deals with fixed assets. These all three are fixed assets. In this you have to study the cost of an item of property, plant and equipment which should be recognized as an asset if and only if the future economic benefits associated with the items will flow to the enterprise. And secondly, the cost of the items which can be measured reliably. So it includes the fixed assets like property, plant and equipments. It calculates the gross block of it. If any kind of depreciation is there, like 5% or 10%, you have to calculate on that, and then you get the difference of this as a net block. Then if there's a capital in work in progress in this, then you have to do that also. So fixed assets are acquired at a consolidated price in this. So you have to study this Accounting Standard 10. The main points that it includes all the property, plant and equipments. It means it consists of all kind of fixed assets. You have to keep this in mind. So in today's lecture, we have done the meaning exactly of Accounting Standard Introduction, then Accounting Standard 5 I have explained to you, and Accounting Standard 10 I have explained to you. Study this thoroughly. Inshallah, in the next lecture, we'll do the further accounting standards. Now we can start with the next accounting standard, that is Accounting Standard 14, which is known as Accounting for Amalgamation. So you have to first understand what exactly is amalgamation. It is nothing but when two or more existing companies go into liquidation and a new company is formed up to take over that business. So it is known as amalgamation. This is the meaning of amalgamation. Accounting Standard 14 deals with the accounting for amalgamation. Now when it came into existence, means it came into effect from 1st April 1995. It also deals with accounting for amalgamation and treatment of any resultant goodwill or reserves. So these two things also it consists of. It is also applied only to the companies. You have to keep this in mind. It is only applied to companies. In amalgamation, one company loses its identity. It's not being identified. In acquisition, identifiers of companies are maintained. So Accounting Standard 14, once again, it's accounting for amalgamation, and amalgamation is nothing but when two or more existing companies come into liquidation, they go into liquidation, and a new company is formed up to take over their business. It is known as amalgamation. And then now the next accounting standard, this is the last accounting standard which we have to study for this semester, Accounting Standard 21. It's known as Consolidated Financial Statements. Now in this you have to study exactly what it is. It is to present financial statements of parent and its subsidiaries. The two main important words are parent company and its subsidiary company as a single economic entity, as a one entity. They are treated as one company, one entity. Consolidated profit or loss account and consolidated balance sheet are prepared for disclosing the total profit or loss of the group and total assets and liability of the company. Means it also includes the consolidated profit and loss as well as the consolidated balance sheet. Just as it consolidated word is used in holding company. So same thing. It also consists of group of total assets and the liabilities of the group. Now in this, two things are there. Main companies are parent company and subsidiary company. You have to understand what is exactly the meaning of these two. Parent company, it is an enterprise that has one or more subsidiaries. एक से ज़्यादा उसकी subsidiary होती हैं. And subsidiary company is what then? It is an enterprise that is controlled by other enterprise, which is known as parent. So in this chapter, please remember you have studied the 4 accounting standards completely. Accounting standard for starting was the introduction. Then I've explained to you few accounting standards, 4 accounting standards which you need to study. That is accounting standard 5, accounting standard 10, accounting standard 14 and accounting standard 21. These 4 accounting standards can come in the MCQs form, or and you have to tick them and you have to solve the small practical sums. Okay, so we have done with this chapter and just keep revising. Thank you.